Hold out.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit like I literally finished my previous cast like 5 minutes ago and had to get stuff done, and I don't know why my actually I kind of know why my thing is saying that it's overloaded. I have not quite figured out how to resource management. The fact that I'm doing things that I'm lately not kind of supposed to be doing, but oh well. We're going to get it done, and that's what matters. Welcome to game number one. Oh wow, Rex are being banned out immediately. Very popular. We are on practice holdout. If you do not know, because I actually got confused about how I did, practice holdout or the Nexus Gaming Series Summer Tournament does not have map bans, so that's why we're not going over map bans. We do have the first pick over on the side of the lower right over there. Get super confused, and you know what? That is okay. I'm allowed to be confused. I really thought that I would have, like, the 2-hour gap was going to be more than long enough, and that people just were not ready, and we got a little bit delayed. Not super delayed, though, in all honesty, so I don't really know what caused it. Strange. We have Bala being the second one banned out. Bala a little bit overtuned at the moment, although I actually don't find her as bad as people say she is. So I don't necessarily think that's the so we went ahead and being banned out as well. I don't think Sonya is as good at this map as people think she is. I mean, she has very good self-healing, yes, but it's not like she holds the point super well. Like, if she has to fight on the point away from the wave, then she loses. But still, definitely something they don't want to run into, so I'm not going to question them. Alright, now we're on to the actual pick. However, altogether, a lot of attention being paid to solo lane. Not surprisingly, this is solo lane's place to be.
Anytime you're ready.
And this like Philippius is going to go ahead and take that Jimmy Rainer. Rainer definitely a character that can kind of empower the wave as it goes through, as well as just a very sustaining hero. Hard to really get gone.
Hell,
Right front line.
it's about damn time.
Crazy Murano is going to go ahead and take that Diva. Now this is a surprising pick because if you know the StarCraft lore, you know Tychus loses to Rainer 100% of the time. That's definitely going to ward off any like Diablo picks, or at least make them less spud. But go ahead and pick Telethon, however. Telethon's very good on this map. Cover the entire point. The Ragnaros up. Ragnaros is an interesting pick that I don't necessarily agree with, but we'll have to see. Like, it's very powerful, both in offense and defense. But the thing I don't like about it is that it kind of is like, okay, well, we are better at defending, but like, why don't I always prefer to draft to win rather than to draft to lose less hard? It will show us a monster.
The apocalypse has come.
Okay, I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. So that is Descolata. Is that Descolata sounds like a fantasy opera reference? There was just a colada in that. And I'm remembering. The horrible. Wow. But definitely here, a way to start off the summer event. Hello, Cho'Gall is being played. Let's go. Ball for the Anduin and Dingo.
Yearn for battle.
There is always hope.
Nope. And then we go have Ariel being picked up by Lubadapia. I don't actually know how to say that, so I'm going to say Lubadapia. Okay, good. I can turn away from my computer and actually talk more into the microphone. You can probably hear me a lot better now. It's better for everyone. I know you were super sad not being able to hear me so well before. But with that, I will be disappearing from your screen. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will continue talking to you. But you will hear from me no longer. we go into practice out the best map in Heroes of the Storm, Fight Me. I love it coming off later, and I will not apologize for that. So, moving in.
Facility powering up.
We're about to begin.
Alright, loading into the game right now. We do have spawning in on the left-hand side of the map. The blue side, we do go ahead and have lowered expectations. Being played for you today by Polypheus is playing the Jimmy Raynor. Spud Max is on that Kale Buck.
Systems
Dexter
online.
is on the
10
Ragnarok.
seconds.
Malthrex is on that Anduin. And Dingo is eating babies on
5,
the Imperial.
4,
On the
3,
opposite side of the map,
2,
did you go ahead
1.
and have Crazy Corn
Facility
Horrendo is playing
online.
that Diva.
The battle
Beowulf is
begins.
on the Tychus. Descolada is playing the Cho, and Horvath is on the Gull, with Lebedian is on the Ariel. Look at the Cho Gull. Stands off his head, but Cho Gull doesn't back off. Sometimes he's not stabbed by Imperius. Cho Gull does not like to be stabbed by Imperius. I don't know if you not appreciate it at all. On top, you have Diva versus Ragros. That isn't like Ragros will win. Does do a lot more damage. And here's a lot of damage onto Dessa. I always love your dog just because you get to put their brand new name that you didn't prepare for. Not that I prepare anyway. Here's just going to take Burning in here. Definitely the DPS. Level 1 usually reserve more for confidence in the main tank. This is sort of a main tank. So man, Cho'Gall is not very good at dodging these spears. You know what? Imperius is not very good at dodging being, like, his face killed off. Oh, if that was the second earlier, you were taking power shots that entire time, but this managed to get way down there. I'll move down here to go ahead and get a little bit of good. The battle of Dexter
Beacons have
versus
activated.
Haruno.
Control them. Please let this work.
Oh, slightly unfortunate because it's taken out the second time. Whoa. Meanwhile, they're trying to take a mercenary camp, and the other team, Cool Captain Kittens, are just like, okay, you can have a mercenary camp, we'll take the whole freaking wall. Let's go. They don't quite the whole freaking wall though, they can actually leave this turret up here at 1948. We're trying to get a little bit more in order to be able to pop the actually gets the nuke up right in time to nuke it again. First like nuke the next nuke. Progress being built. There is Desert moving down, looking for a person to put a lot of damage onto. There was another great stab onto the Titan. I can recall back. Beowulf is remembering that Imperius is an angel, and angels are not weapons that Beowulf is known for killing. Grendel, he'd be great against. Dragon, maybe not so much. But at least he knows who to get. He can kill them. I don't remember the third thing. Oh, Grendel's mother, that was the third thing Beowulf fought. Kill me and my literary arc spree. Diva going south because Diva has to go a little bit too close to the third wave and will just get exposed. I'm just surprised they're not going to start exposed to this now, but they're not. Alright, this is moving down about halfway. Meanwhile, up here we have an one going down and going through. It is making sure the both get put out. The front wall is down. Diva and Desert are fighting away on its way up. Offlane has shifted.
Show them some excitement.
Just turn around for a slight bit, be like, come on, come get me. You won't. lot of damage on the Imperious. There is a little angel fight going there. Double stun against the Imperious. The Imperious is a little bit overcommitted and does get taken out. 4 kills to nothing in favor of Polecat and Kittens. You want to now have Beowulf fighting against the Ragnaros. Sitting for just a second with that spicy meatball. And that's exactly what you want to do. They really want to get this taken out, and it looks like it's just about to happen. Oh, it doesn't roll back yet. Bounce, and nope. The reverse bounce actually just left. It has 177 health. Just somebody punch it!
Has destroyed the fort.
Let's go down. We have a slight tempo push going to the
Hero
bottom.
slain.
We can go ahead and have the fire bats being picked up, or the hell bats, whatever they are. Crazy moves in. We're going to make sure that this fort does not go down.
Please keep them out of enemy hands.
Top lane is control. We say 4 versus 3 potentially. Titus is not in the area yet. Meanwhile, down below it is protecting the area from our fighting. A lot faster than we would otherwise expect. I think that Ragnaros now realizes that because they actually got caught by the explosion. We're not really expecting to, I don't believe. You can progress up to 50% for cool cat. This object is taken over by the side of the lower end. But that's kind of low in order to be that far forward. This gets taken down to about 10% before he has to back out. They will be moving up into the area where some kills. 24 seconds to Ding West. And ding away he will. There goes Spudback. Telephonus is taking a lot of damage. We also have the Kel Cost being taken out and the Imperious. I don't remember which one was Spudmax. Oh, I'll take both. There we go. A massive wave of orange Zerg or red Zerg. AKB.
The Zerg headed our way are much more numerous than the other batch. And I'm trapped in here. Save me!
A nice little mercenary flank coming in from the side. There goes Lovely with a lot of does not all deserve down to about 50%. That's kind of why you don't really that will play to not lose. Although I guess in the event that it was kind of a split one, so I guess never mind. Somewhat not having seriously. I also don't remember lava would burst or lava wave being that effective, so I need to change something. Tigus once again. Tigus may almost should have taken a master assassin based on what's happening. Holy crap. Part of the battle, we can go ahead and do the wall being taken out. The Zerg are just back down. The mercenary camp is still up a little bit. No what's next. We have Ragnaros being taken out.
Did you get them all? I don't mean any offense. I just want to be sure.
Definitely put some money across the map, taking all of the held out off. But you can do this for a minute. They go into this. There is the rush in by Cho'Gall. But not quite ready to move in. They do see the Diva has her bomb as well. Beowulf, this is very gutsy. Up. I do not think the lower expectations of the idea this happen. When opponents go back, they think their opponents.
My fire be purged!
The fire be purged to the top lane, making sure that those catapults aren't able to build up at all. Also, actually helping their own mercenaries get up and do damage to the support. And it looks like they will actually go ahead and take that down.
Blue team has destroyed the turret.
There's the option that goes ahead and kind of a trade of explosion before the regular score. They weren't actually moving in just yet, but I guess they have a box. Because they have the Odin comes up, Odin doing a lot of damage as the armors are around, but no one actually gets caught. They're going to go ahead and the power lines are going to have about a quarter of the health of the off. And this is going to be through. Everyone else
Beacons are active once again.
okay, quickly cover up. We do have a crazy from Haruno. It gets a little bit of counselor. Goes ahead and slows everyone down. There is a stun. The rest of the team is coming up, and that is going to trigger for us to fall back. There's engage up top. However, Riders is not with them, so they're not actually going to get any. You actually heard the sound happen as both beacons were taken, but literally they were taken back and forth at the same second.
Blame
Alright, both teams mercenary camp on opposite side or it's gonna move in, but again, it's a perfect sequence of take and counter take. This does slightly favor Kokat and Kittens because they actually lane pressure down here because they have their keep their 1, 2, not, or 4. But once again, that lava wave is going to leave you guys out in the cold. Dingo progress is being secured. Dingo is down to very, very, very low. This move in, there is a great that does doing absolutely nothing, unfortunately. Good. It's coming from a lower expectation. Concession to begin, take the out, make sure that no actual damage is done. However, the beacon progress is going once again in favor of Kokat and Kittens. Dingo moving in, here comes a little bit of a team fight. Nest is in the front line. There is a huge amount of low health rush. Spud is actually charging in. May have forgotten that he's the mage. Speaking of being the mage, we have Kel'Thas taken out very, very quickly. Malphite is moving away as quick as they can. There is a great little whip into the charge. Like, get back, step back, step off. And out of that, great range of armor, full conversion into the Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall goes down to about 20% health. That's still a lot to this Cho'Gall. The first thing going down in favor of Kokat and Kittens. Malphite's team getting attacked quite a bit. Dingo is really focused on it. There's another spear landing onto Cho'Gall. Cho'Gall runs forward, but there is actually a slight lack of a light bomb. Cho'Gall is able to get his team to the Hollywood Salvation instead. There's an explosion. They are on 4. I don't think they're... You know what? I'd say up to 4. Wait, you get ages in order to stop that Pyro Blast. Actually, is burning still. And we do have the Hex Eraser down one more time.
Blue team's turret is under attack.
That has been gone as well. And with 2 people down, and maybe I'm not know what I'm talking about, because Imperius goes out as well, and they are scratching the paint. They are damaging the finish. Well, is getting out of it, and they are moving in on the core itself. Core is down to 80%. Backline, Wizard and Hirono is down. It's actually about to lose their mech. Nope, never mind. Arrows are going to save them. They will also be not great. But just moving through the core is down to 50%.
I'd like to
33%, 7%. Here's a lot. We have health options being taken out. Malphite is currently being harassed by the Diva. But before Malphite can go down, the core itself falls. And game number 1 does go in favor of Cool Cats and Kittens. One second while we get these wonderful game results. So, looking at things, I know you can't see them yet, but I can because I'm cheating. We do have, in terms of healing, Ariel leads the way. Not surprising considering the setup, with 70,000 healing versus 2,000 coming out of that Anduin. In terms of hero damage, the Gaul makes waves, doing... Yes, actually doing more than double the amount of damage of anyone on the opposing team. 56,000 damage. Tychus and Cho coming in second and third with 37,000 and 28,000 respectively. In terms of Silk, we have Rider Rose. Not surprising, Lava Wave cheats. You soak an entire lane but without actually having to be there. It's wonderful and terrible at the same time. Go ahead and go over to the talent page. If there's someone whose build you really like, you can copy it down here. You can make snarky comments. You can make exaltations of wonder. Whatever it is you want to do. Yeah, I will do that momentarily because we are going into game number 2. Look forward to it. Hello everyone, welcome to game number 2, playing Lowered Expectations and Cool Cats and Kittens. As you can see, we are in Dragonshire. That was chosen by Lowered Expectations after game number 1 because they want a map whip. That does mean that first pick is going to be side of Full Captain Kittens. And they say, we want nothing to do with Hogger. We banned him last time and we won, so we're going to ban him again this time. This Hogger spells funny and we don't like him. You know what? I don't blame them for that. Hogger does spell very funny. Did you go ahead and ban out the Cho? Here's my question. Why don't you ban the Gaul? Everyone always bans Cho. You should ban Gaul. Assert your individuality. That is a very smart ban, though, because that's actually 2 bans for the price of 1. Although, you know, if they were really on top of it, they could ban Gaul as their next ban in order to be like, no, we want to ban both of these people out, and we don't want to cheat. We're going to go ahead and actually do it correctly. Not feel interesting. That may indicate there's a lot of high health rules coming out. Also, they don't ban Tychus. We do have to wonder if they're going to go ahead and take Tychus as the first pick. Either that, or they're just someone on lower expectations with super good Mothfield and they don't want them to have it. Either of those are a possibility. So, with that being taken care of, Gala is going to be our last ban. They decide not to do the honorable thing and ban out Gaul as well. I don't blame them. I'd make fun of them if they did. So here we have who are we going to actually pick. I always like picks more than bans.
My blades are yours.
We're going to go from Diva over to Sonya. Sorry for not moving on. It is super late. It is 11:30 at night for me. I don't know what I was thinking doing a double cast this late in the evening, but I was not thinking clearly.
Here we go again.
Bring the mega
But
death.
next, we'll go ahead and go from Keldon over to Chromium. The Lord of Fire to the Lady of Sand. And then Dingo going to go ahead and come in on that ETC. Not afraid of ETC. They'll be scared when it comes for me. I don't know what that means. I was making up songs there, and I realized my lyrics make no
It's
sense.
about
Go ahead
damn
and
time.
get Paul Fury. Which is actually terrible. I was just yawning, and they were going with a hero that makes you sleepy. What is this, and why? I guess once again picked up for the Beowulf. So I was right about them taking the percent damage for themselves, but I was wrong about them taking the first pick. Oh my god. I feel like I am responsible for that. They're memeing right back at me. Be careful when you meme into the darkness. Sometimes the darkness beams at you. Alright, full damage.
Will
Pick up my
not be
Columbia.
denied.
The light abandons no
Big difference
man.
from Raynor over to Gul'dan, and then Malphite is going to go from Anduin over to Uther. Both paladins. Actually, no, Anduin for a priest. Never mind. Not both paladins. The opposite of both. So we still do not have a tank on the side of Full Captain Kittens. Based on the comp that they're going against, this is a very, very aggressive comp with a lot of lockdown. So Johanna would not be a bad pick here. The Unstoppable to be able to, whenever all this goes in, be like, nope, it's not gonna work. But know that
I'm
the
here to
garage.
help.
If you're going to charge in, we're going to throw you in even deeper. A little bit dangerous. Throwing an ETC in even deeper can just get your entire backline dancing. Oh, actually, they have a filter on
I'm in.
And the last pick was here. I thought I heard that, but I kind of got distracted. Alright, here we go, going into Dragonshire. Once again, this is the part of the broadcast where I disappear from your screens. I hope everyone has had a wonderful time staring into my eyes. But let's get over it, because it's not happening anymore.
Prepare for combat.
All right, to game number 1, representing the winners of our or the not winners of our previous game, trying to turn that around, make this into a game number 3. We do have lowered expectations coming in from the left-hand side of the screen. They are represented by Telephonius is playing the
Battle
Gul'dan.
commencing in
Spudback is on
10
the
seconds.
Probably interesting double mage. Dexter is on the Kira.
5,
Maltrax on
4,
Luther, and Dingo
3,
is playing that
2,
EC.
1.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the
Unleash
map,
the
we can
dragon's
go ahead and have
wrath.
Crazy Pararundo is on the Sonya. Beowulf is playing the
Red team draws first blood.
Korvath is on the Garrosh, and Labidium is on the Malfurion. Also have Chromie being immediately deleted. I actually saw that happen. So I apologize. You have Dingo moving forward. They're not actually defensive, even though they do not have their Chromie with them. Oh. Take advantage of the fact that they're dead? Never mind.
Slain.
I use a lot more damage than you think. It is 1-1 at the moment.
The Dragon Knight's power.
Somebody's all over the bottom lane. It's really
Take
good careful. They
control
are
of the
running down
shrine.
towards it right now. Just go ahead and move out of there. This is your sand in your eye, and they also I just tried that. That's cheating. How dare?
Hero slain.
Europe is doing
Capture
work.
the
It's
shrine.
doing massive gain of
Inherit
top
the
lane.
Dragon Knight's
I
power.
actually think
And
Rock
lay
is up
waste
there
the
and the
Forsaken
second half
King.
of it. I did not see that was happening though. I feel like this is going to super camp and bait. Malphite will see this happening.
Hero slain.
There'll be a moment where dead men would tell no tales, because that is not at all the case in Heroes of the Storm.
Hero slain.
Alright, we've got a very, very back and forth here. 2 kills to 3. Slightly in favor of Fullcast and Kittens, but only slightly. These poor siege giants are just like, we just want to sit down. There's the rush. Rush is running out. The chain is close by, but below a lot of damage. But back
Hero slain.
and we do have Sony getting her revenge onto that Kira. I missed that, unfortunately. There's a little bit of stuff happening. Silver is moving north. We do have Silver He's in the area as well.
The fire comes for you.
And the Dragon Knight has arrived, full of fire and fury, signifying nothing. I'm just literally that's what I say. Go ahead and just say, you know what? Instead of the bottom lane and the lane, we're just going to go ahead and to the mid lane, take out the top front wall, because meanwhile we've got Isis moving in down here. When people move down, they still have 25 health. And then finishing the job that Tyke started.
Power is yours no longer.
Alright, once again we have a little bit of a 4-on-4 engagement. It does look like Fullcast and Kittens are currently falling away. I do apologize. Every once in a while I'm watching and then I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to be talking about what's happening, but I'm just so enwrapped in the actual battle that goes on that I can't talk about it. There was another... Nope, actually it's not throw. There is a stun coming out of the Uber. Our bot is not able to actually set up a kill there. You should not fight a Kira directly whenever you're that low on health. Kira's very, very good at it. And, yep, that's about what happened. Everyone else, it looks like English going to be traded out, and it looks like they may also go into PTC. So that was not a successful game, even though they did in fact get the Sonya. They ended up losing both. Although Kira is still alive for her 9 fingers. And you get that reference, you are amazing.
Prepare yourselves, heroes. The shrines will soon be active again.
There's little Carl Gar, and meanwhile Pushover's coming in. Poor Kira. Kira won coming to be a hero, but she's just going to join Gul'dan in death. Which, to be honest, death is one of the best places for Gul'dan to be. Gul'dan's are moving in with a double mercenary, and they have a 3-level lead. They have just turned. This game is super, super close, and abruptly
Avenge my husband. Earn his power and destroy your enemies. Red team has destroyed a fort. Hero slain.
Alright, it doesn't look like that ship is done fighting the damage. This can take it out, but it looks like that actually made a good job. ETC also going down. They're going over the Bridge of Death. It's called out for a reason, but you know what? It may be a lot less deadly whenever 4 members of your team are gone. The 2 mages are here, and if you have anyone trying to defend against a Bridge of Death attack, it is the 2 mages that work to do the best. Going hands are down, and we're just trying to prevent them from being able to move in. Crazy fire. Damage has to fall back, but they are across the Bridge of Death. They still have the double reach of the spell armor. The prison on this is still on their way out. Everything's for both sides to start moving forward. Meanwhile, though, Tychus has secured the bottom shrine and is moving towards the middle, while Fiona is moving to the top shrine right now. It looks like they're going to be getting in position to take a Dragon Knight as soon as this comes up. There is Beowulf. Let's all watch the transformation.
I tried to save this realm.
Oh, a split second too late on the, that's tragic. They were trying to stop that from happening, but instead they just sort of like donated, death.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Go ahead and they are going to be able to push this. Well, there is an engagement happening up here. Kira looks like Kira is going to lose this one, and indeed, there goes Kira. It's one of those things that when you go down there just in time to catch it, you just feel super stupid with your job.
His strength is never used.
I'm sure we're getting a lot of damage. Down there is a fear. Whoever is not fear, but it's going to stop the wrong. Probably needs to be turning around, in all complete honesty. Not looking super healthy. You go ahead and Beowulf moving in. There's the front wall down. They go into or the first thing to go down. Not actually the top two. I actually thought they needed to fall back. But man, he's trying to get a huge bit of damage. So be very, very careful moving in. Give Malfred back up. And healthy. Well, it looks like Kira has come back one more time. The battle rages on. Still a 3-level lead, and for a couple of seconds, a double talent tier advantage. They actually hit 16 before their opponent hit 13. Didn't actually last long enough. There was no actual fighting that happened during that time. I think it happened.
It won't be long before the shrines are ready for the taking.
Another massive anniversary campus from Milano. We have the first order, the first brigade, going down to the might of full captain. Very cool, very cool. There is the nice stun combo on the Beowulf. Beowulf trying to walk through the spilling sand. Just pull down the ocean. You know what that means? You're unstoppable. But you still are stuck there until you need transformation. ECC taking that as a counter 1-1. However, Spirit is still down. It's actually 4 versus 3. Yeah, the fort is taking damage. I should say spell. Just like the fort is down to 12%. Probably does go down. 5% at a 1%. There is the fort. With that, it does look like we have Cool Cats and Kittens winning game number 2 and taking the series. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and see if we can get an interview. Give me 1 second, you guys. Or don't, because I'm going to take it. Alright. I've reached out to them, but again, it is almost midnight, so they might be like, yeah, no, we're good. We'll find out. Meanwhile, while we wait to find out if they are going to be coming, Valkyrian did win the healing war. Not really surprising when you're competing against Uther. 35,000 to 18,000 in terms of influence. Alright.
Hello.
I am joined by Beowulf. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh.
You up slightly. I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, you're really quiet on my end too. It's a quiet channel.
Well, part of it is that I'm not actually facing my mic because I'm distracted, but hopefully this is better.
That's perfect.
So, first of all, congratulations. A very, very, very well executed couple of games.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
So, obviously, you had, you didn't know Braxis was coming. Were you guys just planning the Cho'Gall the entire time? Or was it just like, is that a pocket strat for Braxis, or do you not want to say?
No, we were planning that the whole time. So it just was really lucky that we happened to be like, oh, look, it's Braxis. It's a great map for Cho'Gall. But we were planning to run that from the inception of our planning tonight.
Well, it definitely worked, and people in chat, as well as myself, were very, very, very excited to see it. So, fantastic. I do have to ask, I will get back to Braxis in a second, but was banning the Gaul after the Cho specifically in reference to me giving you guys a, like, playful hard time?
You know, I can't say. Because that was lowered expectations that did the Cho'Gall ban. I think they just
Darn it.
I think they just like the memes, and I gotta respect them for it.
I mean, it definitely felt like you guys were like, you know what, you wasted a ban, we'll ban Murky in response. Just, let's go full meme.
I mean, that's a little bit, but secretly our ban was better because I hate fighting Murky on Dragonshire, so secretly I got a good ban out of it.
Everyone likes Murky. You can't hate babies. You're like, just watch me.
I can hate that baby. Evil baby.
Getting back to Braxis for just a second. So obviously the entire map was very, very, very chaotic, which is great to see on Braxis. One of the big complaints is sometimes Braxis is just the foreman and the offlaners, and never shall the two meet. But you definitely did not play it that way. What were comms like whenever you caught them in the middle of the boss and they're just turned into a sudden, like, battle fiesta as they tried to retreat from the boss, and you were like, well, no, this is our boss too?
We just we're looking for fights a lot that game. So anytime we saw him, we're just like, all right, let's get in there. Let's take this fight. Let's get some kills. That's the beauty of Cho'Gall, and it's just always fun to be able to start brawling at the drop of a hat. So that's just the comms were always just like, let's do it. I saw one of them. Let's fight. Just the way to go.
I mean, it certainly worked. It certainly worked well. No, can't complain about that. Basically, what you're saying is that your route to victory was to treat it like it was an ARAM.
Wait, was this not ARAM? I swear I chose that map the first time, but they made me change it to something else. So I guess maybe there was a second lane here too. Oh well, it was close enough.
I suppose. I do have to say, it's hilarious how often that happens, because of course Praxis Holdout is first in the list before Praxis Outpost is before Praxis Holdout, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay.
They can't make it easy on us,
But moving on to Dragonshire. Dragonshire was, I believe, their choice, and you had first pick, is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
So it certainly seemed like you had a good strategy going into Dragonshire. I was a bit interested that the first time around, no, never mind. I'm getting their bands mixed up again. They banned Rexar, not you. So never mind. That's not my question. But it definitely felt like you ended up going picking the Sonya very, very early, even though the Sonya has kind of fallen out of favor a little bit with the slight tweaks she's gotten recently. Is there a reason for that, or is it discomfort?
Yeah, it's just I think that our Sonya player is still a great Sonya player, and the nerf she got definitely put a bit of a damper on her, but she still does what she needs to do. She still does the damage. She can still give you that kind of supplemental engage and big flanks, and she just kind of has that constant kill pressure. And none of that changed with her nerfs. They made it a little less smooth maybe for the combination of PvP and PvE. But she still does what we need her to do, which is hold the lane and get some kills. I don't know if you saw, but he definitely got some really nice solo kills on that Kira in the second game, which was really a big part of bringing that home so cleanly for us.
Oh, absolutely. I think the Kira died 5 times, and at least 3 of them were just one-on-one. Though, to be fair, I'm pretty sure the Kira just about gave almost as good as the God, because I definitely saw it go the other way a couple of times.
Yep, it's a razor's edge. That's definitely a pretty tightly contested matchup. A lot of blood spilled on both sides.
So, I do have to say, the other thing that kind of surprised me is, of course, there was that moment where you guys actually went across the Bridge of Death, and I think the entirety of the Twitch chat just collectively held our breaths, because that never ends well. And indeed, you got the wall down, but weren't able to actually secure the keep out of it. But I still think overall it was the correct thing to do. But still, how tense was it as you went across that bridge into 2 mages?
They were pretty hyped about it. The calls came out, and oh, hey buddy, my dog just yelped a little bit. I think he got bit by an ant. Hey Max, come here, bud. They were just excited about it. My healer's calling out like, "Oh, Bridge of Death, not this time." So they were just, I think, just having a good time. Less tension and more just having a blast.
Well, certainly. I can understand that. Although like I said, I think eventually you guys had to fall back, and that may have been one of the times where Sonya ended up giving her life. But still, at the end of the day, you can't argue with the result, and very, very dominant performance. After this, does the bracket actually fit? It most certainly does not. Do you know where you're going from here? Do you know who your next match is going to be against?
I think it's gonna be, our matchup is against the winner of Frankfurters versus Football Club Hong Kong. Let me just yeah, hi. Wow, I remembered it correctly. Okay, so the winner of Frankfurters versus Football Club Hong Kong. I assume that's what FC stands for. I don't know if they've played that match yet. I think that one is still upcoming. So, find out
Do you
soon.
have, do you have anyone that you hope to run into after that match, or is it just going to be like you'll hit it whenever you come across it?
I think that for me personally, let me see. I gotta see who's in the middle bracket. I know that I really wanted to face off against Deckard's Erudition. I know DB Smiley's team, and I gotta beat his team, so then he'll say more nice things about me on his podcast next season. So that's how that works, right? Someone DB Smiley confirm.
Well, certainly hope so, because I will not be doing a podcast, so you definitely can't get in good with me.
It's okay. I know how to target my audience here. We'll smash him and just completely destroy his spirit in game, and that will make him want to say good things about me. It's a foolproof system.
So, looking at it, you just have to win your next match, and then you will run into them, assuming that they beat both Moonstone and the match after that.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. This is looking to be a really fun event. Maybe we'll get a bonus round. I kind of hope that whoever ends up winning the middle tournament, which hopefully will be us, maybe they'll give us a crack at somebody from the upper tournament as well. We'll see. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And looking forward to the future weeks for sure.
Absolutely. So at this point, let me go ahead and turn it over to you for any shoutouts, because it is midnight, and
All right, we'll start things off. Shout out to Pacific time, only 9 p.m. Woo. Second shout out is
I don't know what I was thinking, agreeing to cast this, but
second shout out's got to be the cool cats and kittens themselves. Really excited to play this season with the team. We've got a new addition as well, so we've got a really cool roster, and I think we're gonna have a great time this season. Final two shoutouts are to the Cool Cats and Kittens fan club. Anyone watching, thanks for showing up. We got the Cho'Gall this time. More fun stuff to come. And to shout out you. Thank you as always for the casts and just picking this up. I feel so excited. I feel I'm looking at all these other round one games not being casted, and I'm like, oh man, we're pretty fancy over here getting a caster. So thank you for making it a little bit more fun for everyone.
absolutely, it was my pleasure. You didn't just get any caster, you got Raka. Second most prolific caster of season 11, go me. But yeah, fantastic games. Look forward to seeing you in the next round. Maybe I'll get to cast it, no promises, but yeah, a lot of the casters seem to be taking a nap. I don't know why, but I'm definitely not, even though I'm totally going to bed right after this.
Yeah, well,
the right analogy.
Well, I won't keep you away from the bed. But yeah, thanks for the cast.
Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you for the amazing game.
Have a good night.
You too. And with that, let me go and see if I can find anyone to get us over to. Definitely are no one else from NGS I can get us to. Find out who is on. Alright, there is someone on. I want to take us over to one of my favorite people. Extra super nice to her because she's extra super awesome.